Hey guys, what's up? It's NihonTiger. Welcome back to Project Cars. And today we are doing the McLaren 3-hour race. Woohoo! At Circuit Zolder in Belgium. Except it's not really 3 hours, it's more like 30 minutes. So expect me to do a little bit of weaving in and out here. There we go. Oh, whoa. Hi. Hi there. Hi. Oh, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing? Try and run me off the road? I don't think so. So, as you can probably guess, we're here in the McLaren F1. A beautiful machine from the mid-1990s. There is at least one driver, Dennis Marechik, who does not believe in looking in his mirrors before he makes moves. So I'm going to have to get past him again. He's in my orange car, too. Jerk. So yes, this is the McLaren F1. Legendary road car from the same McLaren that is an F1 team. They've only produced a handful of road cars, and the F1 is really their first major foray into the road car scene, and it was designed to be a road car, not a track day kind of car like the VSC Mono or the Caterham 7. It's got some weird little quirks to it. The engine sounds really weird when you're on pit road and hit the limiter. Am I driving a frickin' lawnmower or something here? Yeah, definitely sounds like a go-kart. So, a couple other things. The engine is a V12 engine, and it's in the rear for obvious reasons. You get more acceleration because you're pushing the car instead of having to pull it with a front wheel drive layout. And most importantly, you saw that right there. I'll have to give you another shot here when I have a free moment. But the driver, I'll try to do it again, but I don't think it worked. Again, next straight. I'm not getting past here. There we go. Get out of here. Brake a little late. Yeah, right here. See that? I'm sitting in the middle of the car, and the passenger seats are actually on either side of me. I don't know if you can see them really well, but there are seats on either side. There's 3 seats in the car, one on either side of the driver. I don't think you can see them. Maybe we'll try and get it on the front stretch. But yeah, it's a very interesting car. It's designed by a guy named Gordon Murray from England. He is a renowned designer of Formula One cars from the 80s and 90s. He designs several of Brabham's cars. And, oh, we went wide. We went wide. Oh, okay. We're still in this. We're still okay. But he designed for Brabham, and then McLaren kind of sniped him in the mid-1980s, around 86 or 87, I believe, just when they started getting really good and started putting those championship seasons together. And that's when they got the can't see the cars, the seats. That's when they got like the MP444, and like all those championship cars during the years with Senna and Prost. It's Prost, right? I've screwed that up before. It's Prost. Yeah. My bad. So all those years, all those good years with the McLaren Honda, machines. The first time around they had the McLaren Honda machines, not the crappy second time around right now. Haha! Taking pot shots at the F1 team. So yeah, the first time they had the McLaren Honda kind of link up, the brief McLaren Ford one during the very weird 1993 season. But yeah, he designed most of those machines, and he also had a dream to build the ultimate road car. So he essentially kept asking the team principal, Ron Dennis, until Ron Dennis finally relented and said, "Okay, you can. We'll build your stupid road car." So they kind of set out to build the ultimate road car. Mid-end, not necessarily mid-engine, but like a rear-engine, super powerful machine. It's going to have a big-ass V10 engine. I think they settled eventually. I know they settled eventually in the V12 because that's what's in this car. But yeah, lightweight, lots of power, a lot of composites, lightweight materials, carbon fiber, where they could get it to work. And when they first were looking at the car and first figuring out, okay, what's it going to be design-wise, what's it going to compete with, they were kind of thinking, okay, we'll compete with the other big makers in Europe, Ferrari, Lamborghini, those kind of power companies out of Italy that were making these great cars. Maybe Mercedes too. Maybe Mercedes. But that's what they were thinking, like the great Ferrari, their bright red engines, supercars. We're going to compete with those guys. And what happened was, because of the McLaren-Honda Power partnership, that kind of changed because they were out. McLaren was out doing a little bit of testing and stuff at the research center in Japan that Honda has. And they also got the chance to go ahead and drive around a little bit with the Honda NSX at that track, which was, for this view, wondering, oh my goodness, he cut across the corner, jerk. But the NSX, for those of you that don't know, was the Acura NSX in North America. For some reason, they wanted to go with the Acura brand. I don't know why. That was kind of stupid, but the Acura NSX, or the Honda NSX, was a sports car designed by Honda in the late 80s, early 90s, designed to kind of be a supreme sports car from the East. This guy just taking off now, huh? Cuts a corner. I gotta catch up to him. So one moment here while I focus my attention on the road. Jeez, this guy, where is he getting these laps from? This is ridiculous. Just pulling away from me, huh? Not so much now. I'm catching up to him a little bit. Don't care if he can cut the track, I can cut it too. Come on, let's just get him in this corner. There we go. Suck it. Okay. So, Honda NSX, super awesome sports car, incredibly well handling, braking was awesome. I think it was a V10 engine in the NSX. I'm not certain on that. I'd have to do my research again. I haven't had to remember what that was in quite a long time. But it's this awesome car, and they got to, McLaren got to drive it, and Gordon Murray got to drive it, and he was like, "Whoa, this thing just handles so well. This is what I want the F1 to be like. I want it to be powerful, but I want it to handle better than this car." So that's what they set out to do. And and so they did the whole thing with lightweight, composites, big powerful engine, big V12 engine in the back. But they also worked on making sure that the handling was really good. They worked on making sure that the braking was top notch. And they also kind of worked on a lot of safety features, like for example the little braking flap you see there in the back. It's not like a tail so much as it is just an air brake to slow you down a little bit, keep you stable while you're braking, so you don't fly all over the place. And you can kind of see some, not entirely like a bunch, but you can see a few here and there design elements from the an NSX that may have influenced the F1. And so they spent years and years and years testing this thing out. Like, this is a long-running production. This has been going on, like the development for the F1 went on for I think like 5 or 6 years, and they were just refining it and making changes, and refining it and making changes until they got what they determined to be the ultimate road car. And truthfully, it kind of was the ultimate road car of its time. It was this powerful machine, fastest production car of its day. I think it was topping out at 230 miles an hour, which obviously you're not going to hit 230, except in the most insane of places. But incredibly fast car. They took it to, I forget how they did at Le Mans, but they did race at Le Mans they had to adapt actually a racing version of the F1, which they only did for Le Mans, and they never really released an actual racing version of it. But people would still buy them and turn them into like the racing version of the F1 anyways. I think they do something similar with the P1 where they don't actually have like I'm not sure if they have an actual racing version of the P1. I haven't checked on that in a while, but I wish I could check on it right now, but I don't want to pause this since we're just going about our business. But the F1 actually was a popular race car for several years. Even after they stopped producing the production value, you can still see like 1 or 2 of them show up to some kind of endurance race here or there. Kind of incredible how that works sometimes. There we go. Through that corner again. But yeah, this car is incredibly tough, as well as being a very fast car. It was built to be very safe. And there's a great story about that. For some reason, they were testing this car in Namibia, in Africa. I don't know why. But they were out there testing it, and they had their test driver, dude, just wearing shirt, t-shirt and shorts. He's not in like a fancy racing gear or anything. I don't know why. Didn't have a helmet on, didn't have anything on. He's just out there, driving around, and their test driver hits a rock, and that causes the car to launch into the air and do several rolls. And this is the original prototype. I should also say this is not the the final version of the car. They were testing with the prototype, and they wrecked it, and pretty badly they wrecked it, which is kind of a thing that seems to happen to a lot of F1s. I think Mr. Bean has had, the guy who plays Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, has had 2 of them, and I believe he's wrecked both of them. I know he's at least wrecked 1 of them, but I'm pretty sure he's wrecked 2 of them, which means that dude is loaded if he can afford 2 of these. But yeah, the guy, the test driver, walks away completely unhurt. Oh, I almost lost it there. This thing is very squirrely. Even with the traction control on, even with the tires heated up, it still wants to just rip away from me every time I hit the gas. So I have to be really careful. But yeah, he walked away pretty much unhurt. And that's when they kind of realized, dude, we have built something incredibly amazing. Not only fast, but safe. And yeah, for the most part, the F1 is really a great car just all around. I've never gotten to drive one. For obvious reasons, I've never gotten to drive one because they are incredibly rare and incredibly expensive, and nobody in their right mind would ever let me near one. I'm pretty sure they have pretty sure the manual gearbox too, so it presents itself a second problem. I do not really know how to drive the clutch very well. That's why I always race with automatic gearbox, because I could do the clutch going up. I could get the gears shifting going up, but Going down is a different story. So, I'm going to go ahead, and now that I've talked a little bit about the F1, I'm going to go ahead and try and jump a little bit forward in time. Focus on the racing here. We'll let this all kind of pan out, and hopefully we won't get passed by anybody. When I come back, I'll still be in first place. So, be right back. Alright, so we ran into a bit of a problem with the other race. The AI was actually too aggressive. It forced me off the road, and I crashed. Yeah, like 22 minutes into the 30-minute race, I crashed, and I had to start all over again because my car was pretty much wrecked. Not fun. So I tried to restart it again, and wouldn't you know it, the AI pushed me off the road a second time. So I tried it a third time and had similar issues, not necessarily getting pushed off the road this time, but the AI was just too aggressive, and I didn't want to have to spend my entire night restarting this. I've been at this for close to an hour and a half now, and I'm just getting tired of it. So I turned the AI down a tiny little bit. I think I turned it down 2 notches from what it was at 80, and I think it's at 60 now. So if you notice that I have suddenly have amassed a huge lead, that's part of the reason why. And because I didn't want to basically trash what I'd done before, I decided to kind of combine the 2 races here. I really just want to get this over with. I'm tired of it already. I mean, this endurance stuff is not fun. It was actually, I'll be honest, it was actually more fun in Grid Autosport than it was in Project Cars. And Project Cars is supposed to be a little more sim-like. But man, this is just grating. I might as well have done the whole 3-hour race at this point, because it feels like that's all I've been doing all night here. It's just racing this over and over and over again, and it's gotten beyond being fun, and now it's just kind of a pain in my butt. So yeah, I've opened up a pretty significant lead with the lower AI, and I've also noticed, for some reason, and this is a good observation to point out, the fuel settings are higher when the AI difficulty is lower for some reason. I don't know if that's just to make it easier for you, if you don't have to pit as much. But yeah, I noticed I have a lot more fuel now with the AI at 60 and a difficulty lower than I did when it was at 80 and thus the difficulty was higher. Oh, don't want to go off, don't want to go off. Ow, crap. Well, we hit the wall. That's not fun. I was driving so well until I started talking and recording again. Man, this sucks. But at least I have a big lead this time. See, this is why I'm happy doing this specific race. Now, once I get through this, we'll turn the AI back up to 80 like it's supposed to be, and maybe even up to 90 if 80 continues to prove, like with supercarts, just not enough of a challenge. So we'll see. We'll have to see. I guess it'll be on a series by series basis, and we'll be able to figure it out as we race them. But for this one I had to turn the AI down. This was just, I mean, this car's a little too squirrely, and it's not like this is a 5-lap race. This is a 30-minute race. So if you're gonna do this, if I'm going to do this, I at least want it to be enjoyable. And that's why when I had to restart for like the 4th time, I decided, well, I'm just gonna turn the AI down and race it, and we'll get this over with, because we're gonna win anyways. We were winning all 3 of the other times I had to do this, including the time where I did the first one where I did the actual storytelling. But what's cool about this and what I like about it is if you take a look, the sun has actually gone down. The sun is set. There's dynamic, you know, time and day. You can see the stars out at night. It's really cool. Like, I don't know where my lights are. I don't believe I have my lights on. That's yeah, I don't have my lights on. Okay. Is there a way for me to turn them on? Is there a button that I have to press to turn on the lights? No. I think it would be really cool though if the lights did come on. Or they should turn on. There's gotta be a button. Okay, no, that's gears. That's not it. Let me see if I can figure it out. Alright, I figured it out. There we go. Oh, and off we go. So it's D-pad up turns the lights on and off, which is pretty cool. I didn't realize that was actually a command on your little pad you could do. So that's cool. I like that. I'm down with that. I'm down with manual lights. You can even flicker them a little bit. Okay, we're good. But you can flick them on and off, like if you want to pass a really slow GT car. Oh, and D-pad down, I believe. I had to look this up. I believe D-pad down handles the windshield wipers. So, nope, that's not it. Oh, stay on track. Oh no, that was the HUD. Where did my HUD go? Oh, I have minimalist HUD now. This is no good. Okay, I think it was. There we go. D-pad right. Okay, so that turns off the mirror. And then that's minimalist HUD. I'm learning things here. This is really cool, actually. And then that's like all the stats and stuff. So you can see tire temp, you can see the G-forces, gear, power, torque, RPM, gear ratios, brake temps. That's actually really cool. I didn't realize that the brake temp, rear brakes are really cold. So that's interesting. Let's see if I can put some heat in those brakes. I wonder if you could overheat the brakes, and that would cause some performance degradation. That'd be really cool. See, this is neat. This is actually really cool that I can. Oh, so if I go down, it turns that off. Interesting. Really interesting. There's so many options here with the HUD. I never realized this before. And you can obviously just have a clean and clear view. Nothing. We'll go back to our regularly scheduled HUD. Okay, we're good. We can go off the track. Oh, that's good. We only got about a minute left too, so I might as well play around with this. Oh my goodness, I have a 4-second lead now because I've been screwing around with all that stuff. Oh, off track time invalidated. Okay, we're good. We're good. Oh, we lost all of our lead because we were screwing around with everything, going so slow. Oh my goodness. Also because our tires are probably wearing down a little bit, but there we go. And with 3-second lead. There we go. Back up to 4. Uh-oh, okay. It almost spun there. It almost spun. 20 seconds ago. I wonder, do we have to do a final full lap, or does it stop at end of time? I would think we'd have to complete our last lap. This is so much easier with the lights on. 2, 1. Yep, alright, we're still going. We're still going. So this is the final lap. But we have to complete it. So that is actually very nice. That's a nice difference from Grid Autosport. When the timer hits 0 in Grid Autosport, you just have to be ahead, and you would win. Okay. Brakes are definitely either cold or the tires are shot, one or the other, because I am noticing a very long braking distance now. Very, very long braking distance. It's very noticeable. You might not be able to sense it on the video so much, but I can absolutely notice it in the car. It's taking much longer to brake now. I wonder if it is the tires. The tires being basically shot would make sense. And brakes being cold, they shouldn't really be cold with the amount of pressure I'm applying to them. So it's gotta be the brakes. Okay. Here we go. We're gonna win this. So finally, we're free. We're free from the McLaren race. Oh yay! Ho ho! Finally. And we only won that by like 4 or 5 seconds. So my lap times weren't too bad on this difficulty compared to the higher difficulty. It was about the same, 138. That's what I ran in the first race. So yeah, we got the trophy. So now we never have to do this again. And that's part of the reason why I did what I did. Because I don't ever want to do this again. I know I have to do Le Mans, but I don't want to do this again. The McLaren F1 trophy thing is gone. Let's never do that again, please.